Welcome back to Living 808 and welcome in my girl Kira live from Hollywood. What's going on, sis?
Oh, well, we're here to give you the latest news and reviews in another edition of...
I sent you to the royal wedding with simple instructions. Don't cause an international incident.
How's it going?
You've done some pretty stupid things in your day, but this...
Takes the cake? Henry shoved me.
An urge I currently share.
Adapted from Casey McQuiston's best-selling book, Red, White, and Royal Blue is about a British prince and the son of the President of the United States, both wanting to keep their relationship a secret to protect their privacy. But protecting their families from controversy is harder than they think. Okay, you guys, I do want to say, I'm going to start this off by saying, like any book turned into a movie, there will be a lot of small storylines missing because you do have to keep in mind that they have to fit as much of the main plot into a certain time frame. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because most people who read the book said online that they felt the movie was rushed, especially in the first half. Now, Kara, I'm going to have to agree with them, but I honestly didn't mind it because it got me straight to the point, especially for someone who didn't read the book. Now, they were able to hit all of the major plot lines, which even though I didn't read the book, I was able to kind of catch on. Now, I also want to say that the casting, in both actors, Taylor and Nicholas, was a great move. Now, these two actors played their roles perfectly as they were able to bring the screen, the disgust in the first half of the movie, and then the love now for one another in a small time frame. Now, I also want to shout out director Matthew Lopez and I don't know if this is the right term, but the intimacy coordinator, because those scenes, in my opinion, really did bring you in, which added more levels of the passion and tension into the storylines and the minds of the actors. Now, all in all, you guys, if you do love a typical rom-com film, then I highly recommend this movie for you. What do you think, Kira? I know you have some thoughts. You cried.
Rom-coms are back, and I'm 1,000% here for it. And Red, White, and Royal Blue has everything I've personally ever loved for a film in this genre. As you said, that the lead characters they're complex, they have depth, and the performances were so solid throughout. And, we were talking about this off camera. I had all the feels.
You did.
Watching Henry George Edward James Hanover, Stuart Fox, and Alexander Gabriel Claremont Diaz. I mean, the highs, the lows, them finding meaning in their relationship. Oh, man. And those two actors, they light up the screen. Now, the film mostly follows Alex's path as the son of the female president, who's played by Uma Thurman. And the scenes between those two characters, I really enjoyed watching them play off of one another.
Yeah.
President and representative, mother and son. Those were really heartfelt and solid.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of both Clifton Collins Jr., who plays Alex's father, and Sarah Shahi, who plays the President Claremont's deputy chief of staff.
Yeah.
Sarah really steals the show in almost every scene she's in, and it was really nice to see such an awesome and well-rounded cast.
I agree too, and the progressiveness of the film, we're talking about an LGBT film, and also too, the fact that we have the first woman president being mentioned, who is also of Hispanic descent. So I think that's really cool, and it says a lot about the film and the book too. Now, I also do want to congratulate the director, Matthew Lopez, because this was his first directorial debut, and he did a really good job. Now, I'm not just saying that, and in a recent interview that he actually did with Teen Vogue, you guys, he said that he really did care about the fans of the novel and that he wanted their opinion of the film. But obviously with everything happening in Hollywood right now, he brought the fans in for a private screening of the movie, and he got a standing ovation. He got a lot of approvals from them, and they were really proud that Lopez was able to capture everything, especially the passion of the two characters, perfectly in the film. Now, due to the notes from the studio execs and time restraints, they thought that this was perfect. Kira, before we wrap this up, any final thoughts of the film, and if anybody wanted to follow you on social media?
Oh, Mikey, I laughed, I cried. I really enjoyed this movie. And
Yeah.
so if you're like me and love a good rom-com, definitely watch Red, White, and Royal Blue, which you can stream on Prime Video now. And if you like me, you can follow me on all social media platforms at Kira Lynn.
Perfect. I love you. And if you cried too, you guys, send us those pictures. We want to see it. Thank you so much, sis. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Bye.